Hey, this is Adia, the Trendy Socialite. I hope all is well with you. I really wish I was not sitting here right now recording this video. In case you have not heard, a fellow YouTube vlogger that mostly focused her vlogs on natural hair, Dawnyele, has passed away. I believe she passed away either late Friday evening or sometime today, Saturday. I was going to a late lunch with my family, and I was checking my Facebook news feed at a stoplight, and I saw someone post RIP Dawnyele and put her last name, and I was just like, my heart just sank, my stomach, I just knotted up, and I was like, no, no. So I went to her page and saw all of the condolences, the tributes, the memories of her, and my heart just broke at that point. It appears that she suffered a heart attack either prior to or during childbirth. The medical professionals were able to birth the child, or they were able to bring the child out. And the child, I believe, from what I just saw on Facebook a few minutes ago, his name is Zaylin. And he's a little boy, which I think she had already talked about that on Facebook or something. And he is in NICU, but his mom did not survive. I wish to God I was not having to record this video. I don't want to record this. I had the pleasure of meeting her one time this past April at the Natural Girls Rock 1-year anniversary event in Atlanta, Georgia. And I went into the section where she was sitting, and I sat down beside her, and we just started chatting it up like we were old girlfriends, like we had just seen each other, you know, at a previous event, or that we had been hanging out before. And you know, that was honestly our first time laying eyes on each other physically, and I was struck by her anyway, so I was kind of like, she's not going to know who I am. I'm just a little YouTuber. She absolutely knew who I was. She was so gracious, so friendly. We have similar senses of humor, so we were able to really laugh and enjoy ourselves. And I was just kind of drawn to her. I really didn't want her to leave. And it's rare that I meet people instantaneously that I feel that way about, but I do remember feeling that way about her, and we've remained connected via social media ever since. And so, you know, I've been keeping up with her post on Facebook about her pregnancy and things like that. And, you know, and whenever she would post things like that, or whenever it would come to my mind, I would just, you know, try to pray for her. Just lift her up in prayer when it comes to, you know, the pregnancy or whatever. So my heart is just heavy right now. I'm sad. I'm shocked. I'm in shock, as are many of you. I've posted it on Twitter and Facebook, and on the INHMD Facebook page, and people are just in shock. Even on my Instagram, I posted a picture of the two of us, and everyone is just in shock, as I am sure her family is. And I think that's the thing that saddens me the most, is those that she's leaving behind. She was a beautiful soul. God apparently needed her in heaven more than we needed her here. But for those left behind, it is tough, and it is going to be a trying process to make sense of the incomprehensible. This, as you know, they used to say back when computers first came out, this does not compute. This does not make sense. I so feel for her husband. I believe his first name is Phil. And that's who I've been thinking about off and on today. To have the high of your child being born and the devastation and shock of your spouse, your life partner, losing their life, and the circumstances surrounding that at the same time. I just can't even imagine. So you all, we have to not only keep them in prayer, we have to hold them in prayer. We have to carry them and wrap them up in prayer, because that is going to be the only thing that gets them through this tough time, that really allows them to put one foot in front of another and gives them an opportunity to see any joy in their tremendous amount of sorrow right now. You have to cherish the moments, and you have to cherish the people. I really wish I was not recording this video. But I really do hope that her transition was peaceful, and that someday I will see her again in paradise. And I hope that all of Zaylen's new aunties in the natural hair community will tell him via social media, or if they ever get a chance to meet him, what a wonderful person his mom was, and how she inspired people, and just how beautiful she was. I hope that someday maybe her husband will have the inner strength to be able to show him some of her videos and that sort of thing, and just tell him that she meant a lot to not only him and her family and his family perhaps, but to all of us out here. And I'm crying because, I mean, although, you know, we weren't best friends or, you know, running partners or texting buddies, we didn't even have each other's phone number, but the fact that someone in the community that I'm a part of is no longer here is hurtful. And I miss her. I'm gonna miss her videos. I'm gonna miss seeing her face and her bright smile and her earrings and just everything about her. You know, there are not that many people whose videos I watch regardless of the subject matter. And she was one of them. So it's gonna be tough. And I know earth has no sorrow that heaven cannot heal. I know that. I know that in my head and in my heart. But I'm human, and right now my heart is just heavy. So yeah, we gotta love on each other. We gotta continue to keep Dawnyele's family lifted in prayer, wrapped up in prayer, and just continue to pray God's peace and strength during this time, and that they'll feel the love, that they will feel the connection, that they will feel the strength coming from our community to their family. Hopefully, maybe there will be an address for a funeral home or something like that. If I do find out in the next couple of days, I will post that in the description box below. If there's a link to a funeral home guest book, by all means, I'll try to post that as well. And please do go and pay your respects that way. It really does, as a person that has gone through the grief process, it really does help. It helps a lot, because you almost get to know your loved one in a different way through other people's eyes. And it just makes you appreciate them even more. It makes you miss them more because you're like, gosh, I didn't even know they were doing this, or I didn't even know they were like that, or I didn't know they meant this much to various people. But it makes you that much more proud that they were in your life and that you had an opportunity to be with them. So do me that one solid and find a way, if you can absolutely do so, to show your respect and pay your condolences to that family. Okay? Alright. We're going to get through this together. But we got to stay together as a community. And all these little squabbles don't matter. Okay? They don't matter. So let's squash it. Alright. I love you all. Be blessed.
Just praise and worship the Lord. Just thank Him for who He is. Bless Him in His place. When my heart is overwhelmed, my prayer is, lead me to the rock. Lead me to the rock, higher than I, oh Lord. When my heart is overwhelmed, I'm asking, lead me to the rock. Father, lead me to the rock, higher than I, oh Lord, higher than I.